Okay, let's take another call. We actually have an Apple call here. I'm going to call up Gary in Laguna Niguel. Gary, welcome.
Yeah, Scott, believe me, if I ever had a question on TV, I know who to call.
Thank you.
Yeah. The question I have here, I don't know if maybe you guys can just kind of think about this. I do a lot of outdoor work. I'm a bird photographer.
Nice.
I go to a lot of different places.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one week I could be up in the San Francisco Bay Area, and then going out to Sonoma.
Okay.
The next day I could be out in Anza Borrego Desert State Park.
Ooh, beautiful place there.
A lot of different places.
Yeah.
And I've asked this to Leo before, and he was kind of stumped. I figured I'd ask you guys. What phone can I get that would switch between Verizon and AT&T? Because so many locations I go to, I'll have a good Verizon signal, and then I have a dead zone, and I go to find out a friend of mine that's with me, he has an AT&T phone, and it works. And so I can't always have a Verizon and an AT&T phone with me at all times.
Wow. Well, that's a pretty good question. I have never heard of a phone that can actually switch providers.
Well, you actually can do that in other parts of the world fairly easily. In the United States, they make it really hard for you. I can tell you that the iPhone, for a while now, I think since the 4S, you've been able to do this with an unlocked phone. The problem was that in the United States, unlocked phones were incredibly rare. Mm-hmm. But now, because of the way that the carriers have sort of changed how they do things, you can if you get your phone financed by your carrier, they're going to want to lock your phone to their network. So that's the problem, is you don't want to do that. But Apple offers an upgrade plan directly for the iPhone, and there are also so you've got a way you can also just buy it free and clear, which costs more up front, but over the course of a couple of years of using it, you get it's the equivalent of what you would have paid into a carrier for that plan. So if you can get an unlocked phone either through an Apple financing plan or just by buying an unlocked phone, I believe if you get an unlocked phone from Apple and you ask for the Verizon model.
Okay, well here's the thing.
Yeah.
The unlocked phones that you're referring to, most of those are a GSM-based phone. And see, here's the thing. Verizon and Sprint are CDMA.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of course, T-Mobile, Metro PCS, AT&T, those are GSM. And this is the thing. I don't know if Apple makes a phone that can pick up both CDMA and GSM.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm looking for.
Absolutely. Actually, the iPhone, since the iPhone, I want to say 4S, if not that, it's the 5. Every iPhone is more or less the same. So if you got a Verizon iPhone unlocked, which means from Apple by buying an unlocked phone, it's got a SIM card slot in it. And the CDMA carriers don't actually even need a SIM card. The SIM card is there for international roaming. But with an unlocked phone, you can put an AT&T SIM card in there. The question, and this is not something that I've tried before, is the question is, if it continues to see a valid Verizon, will it always try to use Verizon? But there is a carrier submenu. You can only see it if you're in a place like international roaming where you'd see multiple carriers. In the settings app of the iPhone, there's actually a carrier menu that appears, and you can auto pick which carrier to use, or you can force it onto a carrier. I can't say 100% that there wouldn't be some strange side effect of it being a Verizon phone, but if it's unlocked, it should be able to do CDMA and GSM. They do that because if you're a Verizon customer or Sprint customer and you travel overseas, you can't use those networks, so they have to roam to a GSM network. So I would say it is that would be my best bet, is get an unlocked iPhone, say it's for Verizon, and then get an AT&T SIM and put it in there.
CDMA phone then.
Yeah, well, the problem is if you get an AT&T phone, the CDMA stuff is in there, but I believe, I'm not 100% on this, I think it's hard to go the other direction and go to Verizon.
Hey, thanks so much for the call. We're out of time right now, and this is Scott Wilkinson, the home theater geek, filling in for Leo Laporte. We'll be back after this. Sorry.
Radio.
You're out, guys.
Ooh. We weren't out when we said that.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, okay. Good. Thank you.
I just forgot to tell you.
The music popped up, which is why I figured it. That is a hard question to answer because the carriers don't want you to move carriers. But there's totally a carrier submenu in the iPhone if it sees multiple carriers.
I didn't even know that. That is so cool.